Hello, hello, hello. This is your girl, Kimmie, with Straight Arrow Motivations. Motivations. It's time for your motivation. 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 Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, 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 everyone. What's going on? This is your girl, Kimmie. Hi. Today is Christmas Eve. I hope that you are having a great holiday. And I am not in my usual place. I'm visiting family out of town, and it's so good to see everyone. I missed them, missed them, missed them, missed them. Oh, wow. How are you? I'm not going to hold you long tonight, but I couldn't let today go by without giving you some motivation. Are you ready? So, tonight we are talking about thinking small. Don't think small. You can't think small. You know, I know how it is. You're going along fine, you're doing everything is comfortable, it's working for you, okay? And you're like, hey, life is good. But when you think small, you limit yourself. You limit yourself. You can't grow when you're thinking small. Even though you may be in a comfortable spot right now, you have to look towards your future. So when you think small, that is showing that you have very little faith, very little belief in yourself, and very little belief in your abilities, and very little belief in God. You have to have faith in God. And that trust and faith that you have in God is what's going to help you to elevate your thinking. So when you're thinking small, you're looking, okay, everything is going fine. Everything's going fine, but guess what? Things can change in an instant. It can change in an instant. So you need to have a plan of action. And your plan of action should be always be bigger than what you're doing right now. What you're doing right now, that's great, but have something where you can grow to and grow into. So you have to expand your thinking to take you to that next level. And I know you say to yourself, well, I'm good at the level where I am right now. But like I said earlier, things change in an instant. Remember hearing on the news about unfortunately, the tornado, they had a night tornado that just flattened a whole city, pretty much just flattened the whole city. Also in Florida, where they had the collapse of those apartments or the condos, and those people were in an instant made homeless. They were going to work, going about their every day, and just like that. So, what I mean about thinking big is you always want to be thinking ahead. That's what thinking big is. Thinking ahead, being prepared. I say that a lot in my motivations about being prepared, thinking large, being ready, and that's just what leaders and thinkers, that's what they do. I'm gonna give you another example. um, blockbuster blockbuster you know a video icon, games, videos. They had buildings almost on every corner in every neighborhood, but they are what? A dinosaur now. They're just a memory, a distant memory. And alongside that came along was Netflix. Netflix sending videos and DVDs through the mail order service. You can get them and keep them as long as you want. And Blockbuster wasn't thinking about Netflix. They weren't thinking about them. But also, they weren't thinking about them, but they weren't getting a plan of action for themselves and thinking ahead for themselves. You've got to think big. You've got to be thinking 3 steps ahead of your last step, 5 steps ahead of your last step. This is December. You should already have your January first quarter plan, especially if you're a business owner. You're always strategizing, thinking ahead, thinking ahead, thinking ahead, planning ahead, you know, and this is how you stay on top. Okay. Now, I told you about Blockbuster, but let me tell you about something that's a little bit personal. And I ask for forgiveness as I share this because I did not ask her in advance if I could. But I hope she won't mind. But anyway, my mom, my dear mom, she has a business. She bakes cakes. Her business is called Baking It with Love. That is her business. She bakes cakes and pies. And they are good. When I tell y'all they are good, y'all. But in evaluating her business a couple of years ago, and I was joking with her, me and my brother-in-law, we were joking with her, and we were like, look, we're going to take your business and expand on your business and sell, buy your cakes and sell slices from your cakes. No. And at the time when we were talking about it, we were joking, but, kind of for real, but joking, but kind of for real. And so we didn't do it. We slept on that idea. And, cupcakes were hot at the time, and everybody was doing cupcakes. But then cupcakes have kind of faded. They're still around. They're fading a little bit. And now what's popping up? Cake bars. Cake bars are popping up everywhere. And that would have been those slices that we were talking about. But when you're in business, you always have to stay on the cutting edge of what's next. What's next? And that's what we were talking about. Hey, people might not want a whole cake. They may not want to pay you for a whole cake, but they'll definitely spend $5 to $7 on a slice. You actually will make more like that. So we were gonna call them Shirley slices, and she was like, eh, 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 eh. But you've got to stay innovative. You've got to stay innovative and on the cutting edge, and you can't think small. You've got to think big. Whatever everybody's doing, that ain't it's if everybody's doing it, it's too late. It's too late. You've got to be on the cutting edge. It's got to sound stupid. It's got to sound like a crazy, crazy idea. And I'm sure, that was the same thing like with Kodak. Now everybody have ability to take a camera and put it in their pocket and have it with them. They didn't think about it either, but now here we go. So I'm just saying, guys, think big, think large, don't think small. Don't let anyone hold you back about what you can't do, or what's a crazy idea. There's no crazy ideas. There's no crazy ideas. And before I go, I want to give you a suggestion. Think about what you're making right now. If you're making $30,000 right now, I want you to challenge God to double it for you and help you to make 60. If you're making $60,000 right now, I want you to challenge God. Ask him to give you some ideas, give you some thoughts, help you to think large so you can turn that 60 into 120. If you're making $75,000 right now, ask God to flip it so you can make 150. If you're making $150,000 right now, ask God to flip it so you can double it and make 300,000. Where you are right now, December 24th, I don't want you to be the same place, December 24th, 2022. You got to think large, not small. Think large. This has been your girl, Kimmie, with Straight Arrow Motivations. I hope that I've motivated you and inspired you and encouraged you. Think out of the box. Don't think small. Small. Think large. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to share. And if I don't talk to you tomorrow, have a Merry, Merry Christmas from Straight Arrow Motivations. Bye-bye.